You're coming close to an end of one chapter, and that end feels like closure. It feels like clarity. It feels like it finally makes sense. The big picture is finally being formed. Hey my friend, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk to you about the upcoming full moon, the blood moon. The term blood moon is most often used to describe a total lunar eclipse when the earth moves directly between the sun and the moon. Instead of going completely dark, the moon takes on a bit of a reddish or coppery glow. And that's why ancient people called it the blood moon. I want to give you an update for this powerful moon because it truly is powerful and it will reveal to us so many hidden aspects of us, especially the hidden energy patterns that were manifesting, maybe certain lack, maybe certain conflict, maybe certain troubles that you would call as roadblocks on your path. Yes, this kind of hidden patterns will be revealed to you, and therefore by those of you who will acknowledge them, who will reflect on them and reframe them, reshape them, you will step onto a new path for you. So there's a certain part to your journey that is ending right now, and most probably you feel it because on this cycle of your current evolution, you are coming close to an end of one chapter, and that end feels like closure. It feels like clarity. It feels like it finally makes sense. The big picture is finally being formed, so you feel a bit lighter in your chest. You feel like your shoulders have dropped a little bit, and you finally can see more clearly where you're going. What is your path? What is your purpose, your dharma, and how much you're embodying it, right? So I want to share with you 5 different energy themes for this full moon. I think it's very important at this point to identify it so we don't feel like there's something wrong with us or we're going crazy or why it is taking such a long time, but rather notice that certain tests that have been presented to you are coming to an end. So it doesn't mean you will never be tested again, but it means that those of you who are truly walking a path where you're tapping deeper into your nature, where you're kind of pulling off the layers of false identity, of conditioned you that is not the real you, you know, like taking off the clothes of the I am and discovering more and more of who you really are, what your nature truly, how it feels like, and how your life would be if you would embody more of that, if you would discover more of your very natural confidence and playfulness and creativity and all of that. Who would you be and how your life would truly be if you would embody more of that. So the main message that I wanted to give you today, and I just felt inspired to say that to you, is that life is taking care of you, life is protecting you, but it is also directing you deeper into your purpose. It is directing you deeper into your calling. And sometimes when we don't listen our callings, it starts to feel like life is punishing us, but it's not. Life is not punishing you. It is sometimes redirecting you or helping you to rediscover what feels like a calling. I will give you just one example here before we go into energy themes. An example here is, many of you know I'm an artist. I paint as well as I'm giving you messages. So I'm an artist and I'm a messenger. And sometimes these two, purposes of mine kind of interfere. Actually, they interfere all the time. But if I'm just giving you messages and I forget about the painting side of me, I will start to feel like something is not fluid in my life anymore. Things are not unfolding as beautifully as they were before, and I would start asking myself, what is blocking me? Is it my energy? Is it my mindset? Do I have some limiting beliefs? But then if I truly meditate and I ask myself what is going on, I notice, oh, I've started neglecting that other side of me that is the artist, that is the one that is expressing my visions. And this is my path, so I need to have a balance between these two different kind of purposes. And if I balance them, if I work on both of them, my life is unfolding very beautifully. And it kind of feels like I'm living a miraculous life. So what I wanted to remind you with this full moon, what will be revealed to you, is that you have a purpose, you have a mission. And I know many of you are already living very deeply in your purpose, but on your path, your purpose is upgrading, and sometimes you're being redirected because it is changing. Your path is changing. It's not like you discover your purpose. It's like you recognize what you're passionate about, how you can make it useful in the world, and therefore doing it creates a sense of purpose in your life. It rewards you, life protects you so you can do it, and you also manifest beautiful things with it. So isn't that win, win, win? Yes, it is. And my mission with this message is to help you to redirect yourself deeper into it, and also understand how these cosmic events right now are supporting you to be even more in alignment with you. Are you ready for that, my friend? Are you ready? If yes, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because, my friend, every single day I bring to you a message that can help you to align with your path. I'm also an artist, and you can find my work on AttractPassion.com if you would like to look into my mind, what I see, because what I see I paint, so check it out. Well, the first energy theme that will be revealed to you right now is the truth always comes out. The truth always comes out. So there's a lot of emotional revelation that is happening, and there's a spiritual awakening that is speeding up for you. And also you may notice maybe on social media or in people around you that they're shifting. So just on 3rd of September, as I've been celebrating my birthday, and I want to say big thanks to all of you for beautiful wishes. I've received so many comments and messages, so yeah, big thank you from my heart. On the same day, my grandfather passed away 2 years ago, and therefore we gathered with my family on 3rd of September to remember our grandfather. He's my mother's grandfather, and also to celebrate my birthday a little bit. And one thing I've noticed this year is that we feel more connected than ever. Like, we had these fluid conversations like never before. In the past, I would dream about it. I never thought that we'll ever be connected like that. Like, I've shared with you many times, I've been growing up, I felt a bit misunderstood, my mind worked differently. I've always knew that my path in life is different. I'm not into this traditional lifestyle, like going to school, finding a job, making a family, and so on. So because I've seen my path differently, I felt misunderstood. I felt like I was never supported. I felt like no one wants the best for me. They want to shape me in certain ways. So as soon as possible, I moved out from my place, from my family, and I've started, working on my path. And therefore, I was often in conflict with my parents. I often felt like I'm just not seen, I'm not heard. And many of you may resonate with that. Many of you may feel the same. So what I'm giving you today is that this all can change. In my family, all these patterns, as I've been doing my healing, as I've been focusing on living a joyful life, a purposeful life, also my family started respecting that, understanding that. And I've noticed that a beautiful evolution started happening also in my family tree, which is something that I would never expect. So these are certain emotional revelations that may happen also in your life. Like a healing is taking place, and sometimes when we are doing healing, when we are noticing what we've been suppressing and kind of putting it out and noticing that we truly need to focus on our path instead of trying to receive so much of validation from someone that doesn't understand us. When we truly embody that confidence and live our lives the way that is aligned with our vision, also people around us start to understand that, and certain people will respect that. And this is a great revelation that just pulls us back into ourselves, like not selfishly, but reminding us, hey, live in alignment and everything will get better. Live in alignment and everything will align in your life. And it speeds up the awakening process, because you stop placing so much of your energy onto things outside of you. It doesn't mean you stop caring for people outside of you. You just stop trying to fix them, to change them, and you rather focus on your path. And I know sometimes it's hard. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have parents, maybe you have a partner that feels like they don't support you or they don't understand you. But what they understand is how you feel. And if they notice that what you do makes you feel better, makes you feel happier, makes you feel more passionate, I'm sure they will find what you're doing valuable. And I think that's a great thing. But on the other side, what this energy, like the truth always comes out, will reveal is that certain relationships in your life are very draining. Certain relationships are falling apart right now. It may feel like your path is kind of, separating you from certain people. You may notice maybe certain job, certain activity, certain hobby is just not giving you the same satisfaction as it did before. Maybe your path with it has ended and you're now moving to a new thing. Maybe just reflect on that. Whatever resonates from this video may be for you. And maybe a hidden truth at work could be revealed. So it may also be a bit unexpected. But what I want to give you with every message is that everything happens the way it needs to happen. So it's not a punishment if it's something challenging, and it's not just a reward if it's something beautiful and positive. Everything happens as it needs to happen. And my message is always see the bigger picture. What caused it? Is it something within you, or is it a sign to make a certain change, an upgrade, a redirection? Or maybe it's just a test, testing your trust, testing your patience, testing your ability to adapt and to kind of, be a bit more flexible. This is always something we're internalizing, learning, and trying to be better. And also old feelings that may come to the surface from the past may remind you of something that you haven't got at peace with, which is a great time to reflect, sit with it, and breathe deeply into it. And if it's related to a certain person, it's also a good time to talk with that person. Something also that will be a bit strange that may happen during this time is that you will meet people from your past. Like just yesterday, spontaneously, I met my mentor that we worked together back in 2018, which was very surprising and very beautiful because I love her and she helped me so much on my business journey related to my art. And it was so unexpected and so beautiful. So these things may also happen during this time. Maybe they can remind you of something, or maybe you can just express gratitude towards them because certain people helped you so much in your path. Also, what you would describe as something dark, it also helped you to reveal your brightest nature when you've been doing healing. Many times we express gratitude also for what hurt us, because it also helped us to see what we truly deserve, and it helped us to open our hearts and practice forgiveness, practice being open-minded, and practice having love for everyone and compassion, because hurt people, and when we stop blaming them and we stop judging them, we start understanding them. So it all opens our hearts, which is a beautiful lesson. The second energy theme, and yeah, maybe this video will be a bit longer, but I need to share everything with you, so stick with me. The second energy theme is letting go to make space. So there's a lot of transformation that is happening right now, and it comes with release. So maybe consciously or unconsciously, you're just releasing a lot right now. So you're releasing old identities firstly. So it means that maybe you've been describing yourself as this hurt person, or you've been describing yourself as someone who's doing that. Maybe you've been identified with a success, maybe you've been identified with certain like job title or education or religion or whatever it was, and you've started noticing, hey, I'm also this, like I'm an artist and I'm also a messenger, and I'm also someone who's, you know, constantly figuring things out, and I'm also a soul on an adventure, and I'm also just I am the pure awareness. And you're noticing layers of yourself, but you know, more you're identified with just something material, more you limit your spiritual nature. And what your spiritual nature truly calls you to do is to recognize how unlimited you are, so you can experience more freedom that comes out of this abundant nature of yours, that can only manifest when you notice that you're not just the material stuff, right? And I know this is deep and this is esoteric, but it comes to energy. And energy, you know, you never lose it. You never experience actually death. You experience transformation. And sometimes when we are attached to something that feels like we've lost, we think we've lost a part of us, but we didn't, because energy never dies, it gets transformed. It means what was manifested in that maybe success or that winning or that person never truly left you. It just changed its form. It turned from what manifested or what was manifested into, again, a pure potential that can come out as something new. And only when you believe once again into a potential of something, into a vision of what can be, you will be able to bring into this dimension something new, which requires from you to let go of that idea that you've lost something, let go of that idea that it left you, and understand it's still here, but in a different form. It's still here in an energy, in inspiration, in a feeling, and it calls you to move on and create something new, which calls your mind to refocus from your past into a creative vision for the future. So you return back into that inspiring call to move on and create what you want to see in your life. So this is about letting go to create space for what is coming. But at the same time, this is a reminder that whatever felt like it was falling apart, whatever felt like a loss, also created a new ground for something that is coming. And what is coming is what feels called for you to do. So your manifestations require from you to embody them. And ask yourself, like, what would it take for you to be that person that has this life? And you will notice that person has different habits, maybe. That person has a different lifestyle. That person is a bit more, maybe easygoing, maybe more relaxed, maybe more passionate, maybe more loving and lovable. Yeah, my friend, you have a capacity to love a little bit more. Have you? You have a capacity to be a bit more passionate. Have you, my friend? You have a capacity to be a bit more joyful. Have you, my friend? I'm asking you. I'm asking your heart, because your mind maybe, no, I can't be joyful because my life doesn't look like something I could be joyful about. Of course not. It's a reflection of who you were in the past. I'm calling you to manifest who you are in the future. Yeah, that's powerful. So it's about decluttering right now. Declutter, maybe pull out some old clothes. Maybe clean your space a little bit. And notice how much you've been just cluttering everything around you, and now it's poisoning your energy, right? Maybe it's also about letting go of certain people, letting go of opinions, letting go of these mental habits of judging and gossiping. We all do these things, right? But we can all get better at it, purifying our minds, purifying our hearts, and just getting more aligned also there, right? That's how we create space for new energy to manifest in ourselves. It's about choosing forgiveness over attachment to pain, right? And this is hard sometimes, right? How can I forgive that person that hurt me so deeply? Well, forgiveness, sometimes people look at forgiveness as this idea that if I forgive them, then I tolerate what they did. But it's not truth. Forgiveness means that you let go of these heavy rocks that are in your heart, and you kinda free yourself from this heavy weight you've been carrying. What they've done to you was their choice. It was their unconscious behavior. But that, how it made you feel, is something you are dealing with now. And it requires a change in perspective from you so you can let go of that weight if that's you. And I would encourage you to truly work on that perspective you have according to that thing, and find some help if you need to. So someone can help you to see it in a different way, because maybe you will notice, just maybe, that there was nothing wrong with you and it was not all just your fault. This is a big revelation, my friend. It was not your fault. Just see how it makes you feel. Maybe partially it was, but it still doesn't mean you can't do anything about it, right? Just something to reflect on so you can let go. But also notice, you are only right here, right now. What you're carrying into this present moment, again, is your choice. But how you will carry yourself forward into the next present moment is also your choice. So maybe many things that happened were not your fault, but what you do in this present moment with it is your choice. It is your choice, my friend. The third energy theme is seeing the bigger picture, which is just how beautifully this message is unfolding right now. And I never know where it will go, but I see how it is unfolding, to see the bigger picture, right? Maybe you've seen yourself as someone who's lost something, or maybe you've seen yourself as someone who's struggling, or maybe you've seen yourself as someone who's been hurt. But now you see a bigger picture, that actually, what if all these people, all these souls, what if you had actually an agreement on a spiritual level to do exactly what they did? Because on a spiritual level, you knew it will activate your purpose. You knew that events must unfold exactly like that, so you will detach from what you've been attached to. So you will heal your old wounds, and you will step deeper onto your mission. And you understood it will be painful, it will be very unbearable, and it will be hard for you to understand it. But all you need is a reminder that maybe it had a bigger purpose. Maybe it's a part of a bigger mission that you came here with. And only when you create or find a bigger picture, when you notice that all these people had actually a spiritual role in your life, you will be able to notice that yes, healing is necessary. But instead of blaming them, you start asking yourself what it taught you about you that you're still not free because of that. What blocks your freedom that event helped you to understand more? Lack of boundaries, maybe. Lack of having a bigger vision. Lack of courage and maybe trust and confidence. or just lack of direction. These are usually the things that are revealed to us when we go through something that hurt us. Only so we start respecting our energy more, so we can set stronger boundaries, so we can speak our truth, and we can express our needs and wants and what we tolerate and what we don't tolerate. So what I often say to you is that when something you didn't want happens to you, it also teaches you what you don't want in your life, so then you can express it and protect yourself from it, so you can step into what you actually want. And this is big. So that's when we express gratitude to all the events in our lives, because they all helped us to redirect ourselves onto a path that's truly meant for us. And that's what it means to see the bigger picture. The fourth energy theme that comes with this powerful blood moon is a deep reminder: stop forcing life so much. Stop forcing life so much. This is something that is being revealed to you, that synchronicities happen when you stop forcing life, when you actually align with life, when you avoid rushing into some big commitments and you recognize that everything has its timing. It doesn't mean you wait for the right time, but you tune in every single day. That's why I meditate every single day. I take 1 hour every single day, at least 1 hour, to sit with myself and to see what's the most aligned with me today. So I'm not forcing events in my life. I'm living aligned with my timing. And therefore, my timing works all the time. I'm always right on time, and you are too. But if you are mentally comparing yourself with someone else, you will think there's something wrong with your path. But it's not. Your path is your path. If you would be here alone, you would never judge your timing, because you would have no one to compare yourself with. So everything would happen right on time and you would be happy about it. But yeah, we live in a crowded place sometimes. We are on social media sometimes. We see other people are winning. We see other people are maybe more abundant. We see other people seem to be happier. Those are all illusions, my friends. You never know what they're truly going through. You never know what it took from them to be where they are. You never know what's their path. So focus on your path once again. And notice that your path has your unique divine timing, and start trusting it more. Surrender to it. Recognize where you do something out of fear, because forcing happens because we do it out of fear. We are afraid of what if it doesn't work out, or we say, what if I will fail, or we say, what if this time universe will not deliver, or we say, what if I'm actually just delusional and life doesn't support me and I'm actually a victim in this wild world and I'm lost and I'm stuck. This is what fear says to you. That's why it's so important sometimes to return to ancient teachings, where all these great masters reminded us that we all live on divine timing and we all have our own purpose, our own calling. And when you return back to something that feels like a calling to you, you will be reminded that yes, there is a very unique pace to your life, and it feels fulfilling when you live according to it. So fulfillment is a sign that you're doing it right, that you are in alignment, right? So rather than focusing on the outcomes, focus on a sense of fulfillment. What gives you a sense of fulfillment? Fulfillment doesn't need evidence, it doesn't need proofs, it doesn't need outcomes to be fulfilled. No, fulfillment requires from you to embody that calling of yours, to embody that deep pull that wants to be expressed in your way. Like for me, it's painting, it's doing these messages. I've tried not to do it, and I was always very, very disappointed because something deep was missing. I need to do that, and when I do it, I feel fulfilled. So that's how I know this is my path. So what do you do that awakens in you a deep sense of life? Like, I feel alive when I do that. What pulls you into that energy? Because that's how you know that this is your purpose, to do that. And to make it useful will make it more fulfilling, because you will turn it into service to others. And that's when the whole cycle of living in your passion, doing more of what you're passionate about, helping others with your passion, will turn also into being rewarded for your passion. This is big. So don't force it. You can sit with confusion. You can sit with not knowing. You can learn to be okay with not understanding yet what is really happening. But more you try to force it, more you feed confusion. Because sometimes, for a dirty water in the glass, all it needs to be purified is to let it be there. And the dirt will fall to the ground and water will get clear, and you will be able to see once again clearly. Sometimes because we are too active, we have confusion in our minds. And then in that confusion, we naturally start comparing ourselves with others. We naturally start to kind of compete with the world around us. And that's where we become even more chaotic and more confused. So the message right here, right now for you is, let it be until things settle and you see clearly, right? Let it be a mantra for you. I let it all be. Accept where you are right now. Accept where you are. Let circumstances be how they are. It doesn't mean you will stay there forever. No, because there are bigger adventures for you in front of you. But accept where you are, because only that way you can prepare for what is coming, right? Someone who wants to climb the highest mountain doesn't just rush into that climbing. No, he needs to prepare. He needs to train. He needs to be ready. He needs to buy some stuff, equipment, food, all of that. It's preparation, right? So preparation means I accept where I am and I will equip myself with what I need to get to where I want to go, right? This is preparation. So tune into that. The fifth energy theme is family patterns and wisdom. This is something I've already mentioned at the beginning, right? But it goes way deeper, because you're also noticing how you used to react to things. This is related to family patterns. This is conditioned you, something you've observed in your life when you've been growing up, and you thought this is how I must act in life because that's how everybody else is acting in life. We are all actors to a certain degree, right? But if you're also the writer of the script in the movie of life, then you're noticing, all these reactions, I could rewrite them. I could actually teach myself to be a more aligned actor, a more maybe divine actor, like that doesn't feel like acting so much anymore. It feels more coherent. It feels like you are more authentic, you're more real, and it requires awareness. You need to know what that feels like, what being real feels, what being authentic feels. And sometimes it takes us to an understanding, like how to be a good listener, how to be a good observer instead of just reacting. Like think about when you sit with your family, how many times you get triggered, how many times you just want to react, how many times you want to say something. If you would be a good listener, that's something that I'm constantly teaching myself in my family. It's like, they just need someone so they can be heard, right? They just need someone so they can be seen. They don't want to know what I know about that thing. No, they want to be heard. And when I give them an ear so I can hear them, so I can feel them, they feel a release. This is what I connect to family patterns. To also notice, because I know many of you that are watching this are also the healers of your family tree, which is a very big job, right? It's a very painful job sometimes. But what is required from you is to be a good listener, to be someone who feels, to be empathic. And yes, these skills require a lot of time, so you need a lot of quietness, you need a lot of nature, so you also shake off of what you've attached yourself to, which is important. But you need to understand this is already a mission of itself that is being rewarded by life, because you are helping other souls to heal, to be liberated. So sometimes when you think what else I need to do to manifest more abundance, what you truly need to do is to be a better listener, to be someone who feels without judging, because you're already serving life in this way. You're already serving God or universe in this way, and that is big. So here a reminder for you is related to family patterns, that maybe you don't need to do so much of what you think that you need to do. Maybe you just need to be more. And it takes us from actor to an observer, like almost like a movie director that is in the background watching if the characters are doing what has been written in the script. So you become more almost like this movie director of your life, where you kind of sit back a little bit and you observe yourself, how you are reacting to life, how you're communicating with other people, and where you have these blind spots that you could work on. And that's how you realize where you can make a change, and that change will always be rewarded. I've noticed that in my life, that change is always being rewarded, either with my mother, my father, my brothers, my sister. I have a big family. I have 2 brothers, 1 sister, and there's always something that, sometimes triggers me. But there's also a space where I can be more understanding or understandable, where I can be more compassionate. There's always a space, and therefore I look at my family as my greatest teachers, because they always teach me to be a better listener. So this is what truly awakens a sense of wisdom within all of us, because we notice we all go through it. So it's not just about be positive and attract the best people into your life. You can't escape certain things, right? Actually, what you try to escape will always chase you, because you're running away from your own tail, right? So what this message is reminding you right now is that maybe that tail you're running away from is actually your teacher. Your family you're trying to hide from is your teacher. And only by truly seeing it this way, hearing it this way, you will be able to understand how it is teaching you to ascend spiritually. So I hope you found great value in today's message. I hope something clicked and truly gave you this aha moment, because there's so much that is happening energetically, but it's all happening for your ascension. And yes, I've been just planning to make another video just on ascension, science, and symptoms. So if you're interested into that, let me know in the comment section, and I will make a video just about that. Also, once again, big thanks for all of your beautiful wishes for my birthday. I truly appreciate you. I love you all. I see you as a part of my family, because, well, we've been together for such a long time. Like, I always have you in my mind, because every single day I feel I need to share something with you. So I see you as a part of my life, and when I receive messages from you, it's like, my friends, my family, and therefore I truly appreciate you. I love you all for all these beautiful wishes, and I wish the same for you. May all of you, everyone, you that you're listening right now, find peace in your heart. May you find clarity in your mind, and may your step, each step on your path, always feels purposeful. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's because, again, we've lost ourselves in our minds, in attachments to ideas, how we think something should be. And therefore we forget that everything has a bigger purpose on our path, so we can purify our vessels and truly create space for what's meant to unfold, so we can manifest all these wonderful visions we have for life, for society, and for everything that needs to happen. So with that being said, my friends, I want to say a big thank you for watching, for listening, and also for supporting my work. As I said, I'm also an artist. You can find all of my work on AttractPassion.com. Go and check it out, which painting resonates with you. You can see a few of them behind me. So yes, with buying my work, prints of my art, original paintings, you're also supporting this mission, which is something that I'm truly grateful for. You can also join our Patreon community for more exclusive content. And yes, there you will find guided meditations, courses, short lessons, and community chat. You can join in, meditate with us. And yes, you will find a great value there. And also join YouTube membership to support this channel if that's something you want to do. Thank you so much. And till next time, one love.